guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Nicia, and if you're returning, thank you so much for coming back. So today I have a highlight and contour tutorial for you guys. Well, technically this is a conceal and contour tutorial, but we'll get into that inside the tutorial. But I'm gonna give you guys some tips and tricks on how to highlight and contour depending on your face shape, what products I use, and what works best for me. Without further ado, since I love talking a lot, let's get straight into the tutorial. So the purpose of concealing and contouring is meant to emphasize or create the illusion that there's dimension on your face. So the first thing we're going to start off with is concealing. Where light hits your face is where you want to conceal. So that's on the tip of your nose, the bridge of your nose, the middle of your forehead, your chin, your cupid's bow, and the highest point of your cheekbones. So it's a pretty good map to see where exactly you're going to add your concealer. When picking out a concealer, you want to make sure that your concealer is 2 to 3 shades brighter than your actual skin tone. Once you have that down, you're going to basically put the concealer on all the areas of your face where you want to illuminate. Next thing you want to do is grab a damp beauty blender and blend out our concealer. So there's 2 types of ways that you can blend out your concealer. If your face is long, you want to actually extend that under eye concealer a little bit past your eyes, like towards your ear. And that basically just widens your face if you have a longer face. Now, if you have a rounder face like me, you want to focus your concealer inwards. So you're not going to extend it back because we don't want a wider face, but we want a slimmer face. So that's why we're just focusing that concealer underneath our eyes. Do y'all see the magic happening? Do y'all see it? My cheekbones look crisp. That nose already looks slimmer, and we haven't even added the contour yet. Yes, ma'am. So moving on to contour, which is my absolute favorite. Today we're going to use a cream contour. So I would recommend using a cream contour if you have dry skin and using a powder contour if you have oily skin. But you guys know I'm extra, so I actually do both because it just makes your contour a lot more prominent. So first I'll do cream, and then I'll set my cream contour with a powder contour. So contour actually does the opposite of highlighting. Highlighting brings features forward and illuminates them, whereas contouring actually brings them back, almost creating like a shadow on your face, making it appear slimmer. So when you contour, you want to go around all the places where you concealed. So that's underneath your cheekbones, on the temples of your forehead, obviously on the bridge of your nose. And with your nose, you want to start up high to just give the illusion that your nose is actually slimmer and longer. And then once you hit the bottom, I like to basically fill in that very, very tip of my nose to make my nose appear like it's actually perched up. So taking that damp beauty blender again, we want to blend out our contour. When it comes to your cheeks, you want to make sure that you're blending your contour upwards and not downwards, just so it gives the illusion that your cheekbones are actually up higher. When it comes to my nose contour and blending it out, I actually like squeezing the very tip of my beauty blender and patting it along that dark line. I want it to look blended out and not like I just forced a nose job, you know what I mean? So you definitely want to make sure that those harsh brown lines on the side of your nose aren't apparent, and that's just going to have a lot to do with just blending it out and making it just look as natural as possible. So I promise y'all we're halfway done, but we have successfully concealed and contoured our face. It doesn't look like a potato anymore, so now we can move on to setting our face. As usual, I'm going to take my favorite setting powder. This is the Sasha Buttercup setting powder, and what I'm going to do on the left side of my face is bake. So what baking does is it ensures that your makeup, one, lasts longer. And what you just do is you just set that on your face and you let it sit there for about 3 to 5 minutes or however long you want. Now the downside about baking is that sometimes it looks cakey afterwards, but honestly, all I do is spray rose water spray after I bake, and I don't have that cakiness to it. Now the other side of my face, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to set my makeup. So the difference in baking and setting is that setting your makeup just basically means that you're going to take a brush and you're just going to lightly brush some setting powder on top, and you're not going to just let it sit there. So while our face is baking, I'm going to go ahead and contour my face again with powder, and that's basically just to set my cream contour. So all the places where I cream contoured is where I'm going to put my powder contour. The next step is brushing off any excess setting powder that we have on our face. So I'm just going to go around and brush all that off and just blending it in with my contour as well. Like, huh? Do y'all see that? Naomi Campbell, who? What? So this next step is totally optional, but I'm going to bronze my face. So bronzing and contouring are two different things. Contouring definitely creates a shadow on your face, giving it illusion of more depth, whereas bronzing is just basically supposed to add a little bit more color back to the face. It kind of does what contouring does, but just not as dramatic. So right after I bronze or I contour, I actually add blush. Now your blush is supposed to go in the middle between your highlight and your contour. So I'm just adding that. Next thing we are getting into is our highlighter. This highlighter is from Wet n Wild, and it's actually the first time I've tried it, and ooh, yeah, that was a real life reaction. I actually really love it. I really love it. So it goes highlighter, blush, and then our contour. Not only do I love applying my highlight on top of my blush, but I also really like applying my highlight on the tip of my nose, the bridge of my nose, as well as the highest points underneath my eyebrow. Just because if the light were to hit me, these are the places where my skin would just pop. So yes, what we just did was highlighting with an actual highlighter. What we did earlier was conceal with our concealer. So to finish off our face makeup, I'm just going to set all my makeup with my setting spray by Milani. I almost forgot again, but I'm lining my lips with this brown pencil from the Beauty Supply store. Then I'm going to pop on a red lip, and y'all, this is basically the look. Ooh, that highlight is blinding, honey.